it's your girl Sugar Sade, and today's video is going to be about how to get into nursing school. Yes, how do I get into nursing school? That's the question of the day, and I'm here to tell you guys the real. So, to get into nursing school, you're going to need three things. You're going to need grades, you're going to need T-score, and volunteer/work experience. In my opinion, the most important of those three is, unfortunately, grades. If you want to get into a traditional BSN nursing program at a university, grades is going to matter. You're going to need competitive grades because in California, nursing school is pretty competitive, and you need that GPA to really back you up and separate you from the rest of the pack. And in my opinion, what you should do before applying to any school is look at the school that you go to or that you're looking into going to. Go to their school of nursing and then look on their FAQs or their statistics from the previous years and see what was the average GPA of the people that they let in, what was the average T-score. And that's how you're going to find out where you really need to be. That's where you're going to find out if their average was a 3.8 and you're at a 2.8, you have some work to do, right? Or, it's just something to look into beforehand. Also, look up their qualifications, because unfortunately, I knew a lot of people that after I made it into nursing program, they were stopping me, asking me, and saying, "Hey, girl, how'd you do it? What were your grades like?" All that. And I was ready. I love helping people because, I didn't have anybody to help me. So yes, what do you need? But anyways, they had told me that, oh yeah, I failed this class, so I'm kind of concerned. And I was like, ooh, girl, you can't even apply. Like, know your school's requirements. My school, if you get a grade below a C in certain classes, you're automatically disqualified and you're not even allowed to retake that class. So just really pay attention to those things. Call the school of nursing, ask questions, ask other nursing students that you see on campus, whatever. Just make sure you know so you don't waste your time. So that's grades. You may have to, another thing about grades is, yes, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot. You're not going to be able to go out all the time and party every weekend and, do a lot of things that a lot of your friends may be doing, and you may lose some friends. I for sure did. And I was like, bye, sis. See you later, because I'm trying to make it into nursing school, and if you were my friend, you would support me in my endeavors. So, peace. Anyways, you don't need friends like that anyways. You want friends that are going to uplift you and that are going to make you do better. So, your real friends will support you, and they will understand why you can't go to Taco Tuesday this week. Okay? So anyways, that was grades. Number 2 is T-score, and for those of you who don't know, the T's test is basically like an SAT for nursing school. It's a standardized, journalized test that's made up of grammar, science, reading, and math. So, and there's a book that goes with it. There's lots of courses and classes. It's about a 3-hour test. So yeah, you want to try to get the best score possible on that, because that's what's really going to help you out. If, say, you don't have the strongest GPA, say you may have like a 3.0, you really going to want to do really well on that T score to help balance out your total points. Or, if you have a really great GPA, you can afford to slack off on the T's a little bit. So that's why it's just important to know where areas you're strong in and what areas you're not strong in. Okay? And next is going to be volunteer work/experience. And that's going to be like anything like internships, anything like being a CNA or being a home health aide or anything like that. That's really going to give you a lot of extra points when you're applying to the program. I think my school gave a whole section worth 10 points just for that. And then for my school, I did an internship at a hospital, at a local hospital, where basically, I did things like, get patients water, help move them, walk them, give bed baths, stuff like that. So I got to get exposed to the medical field and, to the hospital. And they gave me 10 points for that. I had to have over 200 hours. So I just make sure if you do an internship or something like that, make sure you have all those points completed before you turn in your application. And let me tell you, not only do externships give you extra points, but I think if you've never been in the hospital setting, you don't know what it's like to work, you don't know what it's like to work as a nurse, you really should do this externship or internship, because I knew a lot of smart people that were for sure going to make it into the program. They did that internship and they were like, whoa, this is what nursing is like. They were like, I don't want to do this. And they found out in enough time to change their major before it was too late, before they got into the nursing program. They completed it and then they hated it and they were going to be stuck in that job. So it's really good to see, like, is nursing even really for me? Because you may hate it, or you may find out, wow, I love this, and it's going to make you want to go harder, study harder, and give you that push you need to help you. Another thing that I want to talk about is you really, 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 really should consider trying to get into a group. This is something that I wish I did and I did not do, and it made my life so much harder. Get into a study group. Find a little group of, 3, 4, 5 friends and really link up with them. And that is your clique in the beginning of, through the nursing school and, the pre-nursing courses, actually. You guys study together. You guys help each other out. And this is really going to help you, because sometimes they would give us like those take-home tests that you can take with people or whatever, and they were getting 100% on it because they had 5 brains working on it, and I didn't really have anybody. So I was just out there on my own struggling. I didn't have a study buddy. I didn't have someone to be like, hey, Ashade, did you remember this was due on whatever? I had to really be on myself. So that's something I wish that I did. I did talk to people, but I didn't really rely on people like that and study with people and all that stuff. So I suggest you definitely do that. And just get obsessed with it, honestly. You got to get obsessed with it. It's a very hard thing to do. It was probably the most stressful experience of my life. The most stressful 2 years of my life was trying to get into nursing school. Because my school is double impacted. So how it works is, the first 2 years are prereqs, right? And based off of your GPA of the prereqs is who gets into the nursing program. But actually, since it's double impacted, we had 4 classes. They call it the Golden 4. And it was like our oral communications class, statistics, and 2 other GE classes, random GE classes, chemistry, and I can't remember the 4th one. So it was your GPA on those 4 classes. If the top 100 people were chosen out of those GPAs, and they were allowed to move on to the sciences, right? You made it to the sciences. And then now that that's the sciences, microbiology, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, chemistry, all of that stuff, the real deal. And then now after you finish that, then it was the total GPA, cumulative GPA, and combined with the volunteer experience and everything in total. And that's the top, actually only I think 40 or 35 people made it into our program. The top 35 people made it into the actual nursing program from that. So there was 2 rounds of things that people had to make it into at my school, because we were just that impacted. And I'm going to tell you, the average GPA at my school I got in was a 3.8. And I think the lowest GPA that got in was a 3.6. And best believe, the person that had 3.6, they had an above 90 T-score. So that leads me to my second point. For your T-score, I think you should aim for a 90 and above. I definitely did. I'm going to do a video, a full detailed video of how to get above a 90 on the T-score, on the T's test, because I got a 93. So I have a lot of tips and tricks on that. But I definitely recommend getting as high of a grade as possible. Take that thing multiple times. Just don't give up. I know it's frustrating and it can be hard, but don't give up. Yeah, so those are all my tips and tricks on getting into nursing school. Make sure you have a high GPA, really focus and post things on your wall, post your test scores, keep a tally. Make sure you can always see it. Keep your vision in a line with you. Always, always, always. Don't ever just neglect it. Just keep it always in line with you. I was obsessed. After every single test, I was coming home recalculating my GPA, posting it up on the wall, because that's what I needed to do to motivate myself. So you just do whatever you need to do to keep yourself engaged and keep yourself motivated. So grades, get that volunteer experience, whether it's an internship, whether it's getting a job as a CNA or healthcare aide, just get it, because you want to get all of the free points that you can get. And then that T's test, just kill it. Just go hard and kill that test. And if you do those 3 things, I guarantee you're going to make it into your nursing program. And when you do, please, if you make it into your nursing program, leave a comment down below. I want to know. I want to say congratulations. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Ooh, another note that I forgot to say was never, ever, ever compare yourself to any other classmates or any other people that you're competing against, because you know what, when I was in school, a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. They would be like, oh, Sade, oh, what'd you get on that test? And I'd be like, oh, I got an 86. They'd be like, oh, I got a 96, and it's like, then you're over here all stressing out like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not gonna make it. Everyone's doing better than me, because everyone's gonna have a lot to say, like, oh, this is so easy, like, yeah. And I think it's them trying to psych you out, because when I was there on orientation day for the nursing program, I was looking around like, oh, where's so-and-so at that was with all the 96%? She wasn't there, because she was just trying to psych me out. So don't compare yourself to anybody else. Just always give whatever you do 110%, and then you can never be mad at yourself, because you know that you did the best you could and you could have done better. You're not going to aim to get a 90. You're not going to aim to get 100. You're going to aim to just do as best as you can, because if you aim to do as best as you can, that's all you could do. And if you didn't make it, then that wasn't your journey. And if you still want to be a nurse, you will get there. There are multiple ways to get there. And this is just not your path. For whatever reason, that's not your path, and that's fine. Everyone has a different path. But also another tip is use a planner, and I mean use it right. Like, don't just write the dates in, like, oh, test due on this day, paper due on Saturday. No. I'm going to do a detailed video also on how to use a planner the correct way, because you need this to not only get into nursing school, but to get through nursing school. Best believe that. And manage your stress, guys. Although this is a very stressful time and you really do need to take it that seriously and put a lot of effort into it, but don't drive yourself crazy. I'm gonna tell you, there was this girl, there were multiple people getting sick, physically sick. There was this girl, and she had become so stressed out that she got hospitalized and had to go on medical leave because she started blacking out. She could not see anymore because she was so stressed. And after I heard that, I was like, ooh, like, Sade, chill. We're not trying to be blacking out. Like, we want to be nurses. We can't be needing a nurse. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to take care of people. We can't be getting taken care of. We can't be a patient. So, because I tell you, I was crying. I was so stressed out, breaking out in hives, itching, like just migraines. I developed TMJ. Oh my gosh. So I seen myself going down that path, and I seen other people that had gone far down that path, and I was like, we can't let this be me. So yeah, don't let it consume you like that. It's never that deep. And so yeah.